testing is really important. I mean, nowadays teams are putting so much into their race programs, and the days are gone of, oh, I got 2 flats, but I had a good race strategy and my truck was there at the end. They're full throttle from the green flag all the way to the checkered flag now. So if you have a flat tire, you're out. So testing is critical because we can't have a shock failure. It needs to maintain performance over the whole duration, because there's no longer like, oh, I'm on San Felipe, whoops, I'm just gonna slow down a little bit and let my shocks cool down. It's like, no, I gotta go, and I gotta go now. So testing allows us to ensure that we're not gonna have any issues on race day, and that the shock can live up to those conditions.
There were many years where John would design a product, we'd go out and test it, and we'd break it. So, some companies would say, hey, this isn't worth doing, that's not possible to do this with this suspension. And we decided, no, let's go fix it. Let's update it. Let's change it. Let's make it better. And that's basically what we've done over and over again.
Testing is a good opportunity for us to get real feedback. Our products and technologies can get proved through our athletes through racing. That really puts them to the test. But when we go do field testing, and that's the goal, the objective is to test and tune, we can learn a lot more. We can be focused on what we're doing. We can get good feedback from the driver as opposed to them being in race mode. So we can go out, spend time, tweak, and keep refining, and then make improvements way faster that way. So the race part of it helps prove it, but testing helps us further develop.
It's been quite a ride with Justin. Justin's an extremely fast driver, and obviously he's in really good equipment. And to have Live Valve on there and to develop this technology on this incredible piece of machinery and this incredible driver, it's really kind of a dream come true. And it really gets us on the fast track to be able to develop these products, because you're not just going, yeah, if we went a little faster, I wonder what it would do. No, we're there. We're going as fast as we can possibly go, and if we can make an improvement, it shows like right away.
We're out here at Plaster City shaking down the all-wheel drive truck and Badco as our pre-runner. We've got Fox out here like usual, supporting us with our Live Valve system. So we're going to put changes into the truck, both electronically and mechanically. Looking forward to it. Let's go have some fun. Let's go drive the truck.
Do you feel the difference?
Oh, it's a race car.
Really?
Yeah. Initially, it was rougher, kind of over like the 5-6 inch kind of chop. But really, when you started working it, it felt a lot smoother. It had a lot more stability to the truck. I'd say the biggest complaint I had was when you got on the gas through the center of like a long sandy sweeper, it wouldn't transfer back to the rear quick enough. So I just like a little more, it was more of like a late exit where you can feel it kind of start setting down, and I'd like it to set down a little sooner in the center of the corner.
Isaac is in there. We're changing some programming algorithms, and so now we're going to go out and see how those feel. And then we have about 3 changes we're going to do today, and we should be a step forward every change we make.
All right, we looked everything over. Everything looks good. Let's go run it.
The initial tap is definitely firmer, so I could see why that was an issue. Like you definitely feel it.
Okay, you feel something firmer.
And I think that's what's given us a little bit, because we have a little bit more damping at the beginning, and that's helping us get through the big holes. But through the square, you definitely feel that it's stiffer.
We're doing a few changes. We're taking Live Valve out of the rebound and throwing mechanical adjusters in there. Kind of play with that and see how that affects it. Also change a few things in the poppets and the compression side, so hopefully that'll make it a little better ride for him. And a little bit of revalve, and that's about it.
All right, change is done. Let's go see how it feels, and we'll smash some bumps.
I think for a product like ours, testing is so important. You want the product to be able to survive these grueling races. You want to know where the faults are and how to fix them before it ever gets out to the quote general public. You know, I don't think it's a smart business decision to just launch something, think it works, and throw it out there. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure we establish a good product before it ever really sees the light of day. You always hear the, win on Sundays, sell on Mondays. It's happened with this company, Through our racing programs, we've established our OE partnerships, with Ford and Toyota. They came to us because we were an off-road race company, not because, we could build 10 billion shocks a year. That wasn't what these guys were looking for. They were looking for a product that could survive Baja and had name recognition and had all this technology behind it.
It's a pretty short journey for our racing products to make it into our consumer level products. Basically once it goes through RAD and we're happy with it, it goes into our race product, and then once the product is born in our RAD program, then it actually goes to our aftermarket products pretty quickly.
The old way of testing and validating and designing new product was we would design something, go put it on a race car, get driver feedback, and iterate from there. Well, now we know where the performance needs to be at a minimum. Live valve, for example, we went through probably 20 iterations before we put it on a vehicle, and that was because we had the equipment to do that here.
It's necessary because that's how you iterate through, say, a product, right? So testing gives you hard facts on what you're doing, what's working, what's not, and you get information, like useful information, right? Like data that you can process, and every time you test something, that could become your next stepping point.